So let me stray, please guide my way onto the path of my being. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, I'm calling your name. Oh, Allah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, dear viewers from all around the world, to another edition of your favorite program, Let's Talk, of course, on your favorite channel, Huda TVs. And you guys at home, please don't forget to support Huda TV by any and all means. It truly is the premier and the pioneer Islamic channel in the English-speaking world. And I don't just say that because I'm biased, because I work here. I truly do mean it. So please don't let this opportunity, this platform that Allah has given us, that is this satellite TV channel, don't let it drop from between our hands. Continue to support us and contribute to us generously in order for us to continue to spread this message of Islam all around the world in the English language, you guys. So having said that, considering all those things, get in touch with us. Give us your opinions, your thoughts, your feedback, and your suggestions for programs, for presenters, and for scholars via social media. Check us out online at www.facebook.com/HudaTV. Like and share the Facebook page, you guys. It's a wonderful way of spreading the message of Islam. Also, don't forget to youtube.com/HudaTV. We have the online streaming. If you're down there in my friend's country, Suleiman, he's from Guinea Conakry. He says the satellite signal isn't that strong over there for Huda TV. So if you're down there, you can get online on YouTube and watch the online streaming. Likewise, if you're in Afghanistan, like where my friend Abdul Hakim is from, if the satellite signal was not strong, get on our YouTube channel page, www.youtube.com/HudaTV, and enjoy the online streaming as well as the uploaded videos of various programs. You guys, we offer a lot of programs from The Straight Path with Brother Osama Shami to Ask Huda with Sheikh Asim and Dr. Muhammad, so don't miss out on that. And I think that's about all I have to say. Before we start the episode, one more thing I forgot. Don't forget that this channel is bigger than any one person or presenter or sheikh. We are truly working for the sake of Allah, so make dua for the people here in the channel and ask Allah to let it continue to really light up everyone's home, inshallah. This episode, a great topic, inshallah, with some great guests, and I'm really looking forward to it. We're talking about a great topic for youth and adults, but especially the youth, and we're talking about choosing your friends. You better choose them wisely. It is make or break, as the brother said earlier before the show. Who you are, the friends you keep, are going to dictate who you become, who you are, and your future as well. I mean, it plays a major role in that. So let's talk about the wisdom behind that and why, and the dangers of choosing bad company. Let me let the brothers introduce themselves first, starting from my right. I want to greet you all. Assalamu alaikum. Let's go ahead, brother. Let me know a little bit about yourself, the viewers, where you're from, how many languages you speak. Give them some personal information, brother.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, mighty Allah, most merciful and gracious. My name is Abdul Hakim Dawranzai, and I am from Afghanistan. And now I am studying Arabic language.
Here in Cairo?
In Cairo, yeah.
How many languages do you speak, brother?
I speak 5 or 6 languages.
Name them.
Like Urdu.
Okay.
And Pashto, it is my native language.
That's the native one, okay.
Yeah. And Persian.
Fluently?
Yes, without any problem.
Great.
Yeah. And a little bit Arabic.
Okay.
And English.
Great, okay. But do you have to practice or do you forget? How do you stop from forgetting?
No, inshallah, just I keep practicing on that. And all of my friends, they are, some of them from Pakistan and some of them from India.
Right.
And some of them Egyptian, like
yes.
Yusuf and Abdullah,
yeah.
like Abdurrahman.
Okay,
and some of my friends from America, United States, like you.
Okay, inshallah, great. So I want to, in this episode, I want everybody to introduce themselves, and then we'll get into the episode. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, my name is Mahmoud Amin. I'm a senior student at Faculty of Language and Translation.
Great.
Asa University.
Okay, great.
Okay, I'm just speak 2 languages.
Okay, great. Okay. Well, you got to pick up a third, brother.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay, thank you, brother. Let's go over here, brother. I want you to talk about where you're from, your name, and how many languages you speak.
My name is Suleiman Bari. I'm from Guinea Conakry.
Okay.
And I'm a student in Al-Azhar University.
Great.
And I just like speak some few languages.
How many languages? Go ahead, name them off.
Oh, okay. You're going to start like the one who we are speaking.
The native, yeah.
English.
Yeah.
And Arabic, the country where we are.
Yes.
Okay. And my national language, French.
Okay.
And my own language, my original language is Fulani.
Which is the native language for you? The
Like-
native one that you speak fluently at home with ease.
My language, Fulani.
Okay, okay, great.
I don't speak it good.
Okay, great. Brother, go ahead.
I'm Yusuf Salhin. I'm 21. I'm studying Islamic Studies in English and School of Languages and Translation, Al Azhar University.
Okay.
I speak, alhamdulillah, Arabic, the language of the Quran.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah, in English. I'm a beginner in German,
Great.
a little bit.
Great. Mashallah, good, good, good. It's encouraged knowledge.
Yeah, but I'll tell you just a joke. In Arabic, some people, when they ask Egyptians who doesn't know anything other than the spoken Arabic of Cairo, how many languages do you talk? It's like Fayoumi, Iskandarani,
All the different dialects.
it's like accents.
You guys, thank you, brother. I want to get into the episode. Let's talk about how important it is to choose your friends. Let's talk about perhaps in a general way, and then we'll talk about personal experiences. But this is in general, talk about how and why is it important to choose your friends carefully. Starting with Abdul Hakim from Afghanistan. Go ahead.
First of all, thanks from the Huda TV and thanks from the Sheikh Malik brothers.
Yes,
and,
so that- thank you,
thanks
brother.
from the brother of Ibrahim and Hassan that giving us this honorable opportunity to talk to my Muslim brothers and sisters around the world. And after that, choosing a friend wisely is an extremely important decision. That's why it's very important. Because couple pressure is a huge reason.
Right.
And also in hadith come that Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that you are the religion of your friends. You are the religion of your friends. If your friend is a Muslim, you will be a Muslim. If your friend is a Christian, you will be. Just because a friend is affected on you,
Yeah.
after sometimes, after a week, after a month, his deed will be, his deed, yani, will be
actions.
his action will be affect on you.
Yeah.
And for example, if you are going to get married, you are searching about her wealth, about her family, and about her background. And why you are searching? Because of this, that you are spending your time with her. And she will be the teacher of your children.
Right.
And the mother is like a school for the children. If this school is good, your children will be good. If the school is not good, the children will not be good.
That's well right.
And we are thinking about and we are searching about. But one thing that's very important, that we are choosing and accepting someone as a friend, you must be, before accepting, you must be searched about his background. And he is good for me or not.
Of course.
And don't open your heart for everyone. That come on, you are my friend. And you must be, first of all, search him, that he is a good Muslim, he is a good for me or not. If he is a good for you, accept as a friend.
But how do you know if he's good for you? What kind of characteristics can you look for in a good friend?
Like when you tell him that let's go to pray in the mosque, he will be accept, okay?
Right.
Yes, let's go. If he didn't accept, you know that he is not good for me.
Right.
Because Hadith Sharif come that praying with congregation is 27 better than praying individually.
Right.
Look and it has a virtues that you are praying in the mosque with jama'ah. And by this we know that he is good for me or not.
Right. We have indications, and it's important who you put yourself around.
Exactly.
It's going to be an interesting episode. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Brother, generally speaking, why and how is it important, the same question, to choose your friends wisely?
Okay, like as Hakim said, like that your friend will affect you in all of your things, like all of your life. The way you drink, the way you wear, the way you eat, the way everything you're doing, like he will affect you. So that's why he's like important to how to choose your friend.
Yeah,
Okay.
certainly.
So I love this quote. I said like choose your friend before the way, because like your friend he will take you
Yes,
to his way.
on his way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Like there's hadith for Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said like al-mar'u ala dinu khalili falyanzur ahadukum man yukhallil. One imitates his close friends. So watch carefully who you who choose to be your friend.
Yeah. SubhanAllah.
Carefully.
It's great wisdom.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So how it affects your life in a general way, like and people will go and judge you from your friend. Okay, like whenever he see see a good person with you, they will say that you are a good person because like you're working with a good person too.
Yeah.
If it's a bad person, so you are bad with him.
Yeah.
So people judging you through your
company.
friends, your company. Yes.
Yeah, and how often do you hear about someone who's like, he's a really great guy, but all his friends are very bad?
Yeah.
One second, I'm gonna get back to you, brother.
Okay.
Let me just take a quick look at this report, you guys. It's an interesting one, a beneficial one, so check it out and stay tuned for more Let's Talk.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, I'm calling your name.
The Prophet ﷺ, he taught us that you are on the religion of your friends. You are on this lifestyle of your friends. And I think that this advice, the Prophet ﷺ gave us is so pertinent in our times because many of us choose our friends like we choose, basically cereal at the grocery store with really not much choice, just whatever looks appealing at the time. But imagine that, the person who wants to get married, when you're looking for the right wife or husband, you're going to start inquiring about this person's background. You want to know about their family. You want to know about their religion. You want to know about their wealth. You want to know about everything about them. And this is the person who, you're going to be spending the rest of your life with. But when we're looking for friends, we don't really care. I've known this guy since I was 2. I've known this person since I was 10. Or this person's known me since then. And so that becomes a reason why you're friends with this person. But, to be honest, I think that we have to start choosing our friends like we choose our spouses. Your friend should be of top-notch quality. Your friend should be A or A pluses only. Because if you're with somebody who is not going to make you a better person, then that person, unfortunately, is not a friend that you should be taking. We need to learn to have friends who don't want to just be friends in this dunya, but they want to be your next door neighbors in Jannah. How many friends do you have like that? Friends that are going to remind you, brother, sister, fear Allah. Brother, sister, let's establish the salah. How many friends are you going to have that are going to tell you, brother and sister, that what you're doing is wrong? I don't think that's a good action. Unfortunately, many of our friends have just become people that we know. And when I started practicing, and I don't want it to sound like an arrogant thing or whatever, but I had to cut a lot of people off. And you really have to sometimes. You got to figure out what is your priority. Why are you on this earth and what are you doing and how long are you going to be here for? And you can have time to mess around with people who don't have your same agenda and priority in mind. And so brothers and sisters, my advice to you is to pick your friends wisely and make sure the people you're surrounding yourselves are people who are going to remind you of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in good times and in bad. And ultimately, these people who you're with are going to shape your identity. And if there's some brother or sister who you think is not really doing that well, then it's okay, inshallah, be that support system for them. But don't allow your core group, don't allow the majority of your friends to be people who you constantly have to give da'wah to. No. Be amongst the people who will give da'wah to you as well, inshallah, and you can grow as people. So brothers and sisters, inshallah, I hope that this advice, sincerely it works, it penetrates your hearts, and inshallah, you will be my friend in this world, and you will benefit me. I will be your friend in this world, inshallah, and we will be the best of friends in the hereafter in Jannah Firdaus, inshallah. I'd like to give a big jazakallah khair, a big thank you and shout out to Roadside to Islam for all the amazing work they're doing, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this act heavy on all of our scales of good deeds, inshallah. This is your brother Bona Muhammad signing off. Jazakumullah khairan.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, I'm calling your name.
I hope you enjoyed that report. I certainly did. I think it's we definitely want to be the person that people say, hey, I want to be around that guy. He's going to lift my iman. I will benefit from his presence and company. You don't want to be the guy that everybody says, no, I need to stay away from him because he's a bad guy. Brother Suleiman, which guy are you?
Inshallah.
Inshallah, good guy. I'm just giving you a hard time. But share your thoughts, brother, with the video. What do you think about what he was saying in general?
Yeah, he was about to get a good company, or you have to before you have to check you around and to choose your friend wisely. Even there's a hadith said to أحبب حبيبك هونا ما عسى أن يكون بغيضك يوما ما. The hadith is going to talk about, you're going to find it in Hadith al-Tirmizi, The hadith say, when you're loving someone, you love him in moderation, because one day may come, you enemy, or they may dislike you.
Right.
So before like you just do not like love like someone like this.
Excessively.
Like
Yeah,
that.
I do see that with young and more like younger people. I don't say immature like I'm immature,
like,
but younger people, they really love each other. The next day they hate each other.
Yeah, like maybe you're gonna find a friend. He's like he's not like a poor. He's a rich, or he's like he just like has something you need. Do not like love him about that or about something he's going to help you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have sincerity.
Think about the Yawmul Akhirah, the day of the judgment, because there, when you reach there's no one's going to help you. Okay, because it's not him's going to come and to pay for you to pass. That way. Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody have to be careful to choose his friend wisely. Okay. Because and then to get like friend who's going to remind you about like if like a prayer, or about if you did a mistake, to remind you about how to fix in that mistake. Okay. To remind you about Allah, about God, because like if you are just like getting another friend, you just think about life. If something they say, oh, today or tomorrow there's something gonna be that place, so we have to go.
Right.
So try to fix him. Do not like only directly, because sometimes if like your friend is informing you something, like that time he's gonna be like soft, he's just gonna tell you. So if you don't take it, if you inform him directly, he's gonna be angry.
Certainly. Sometimes you do it indirectly.
Yeah. So please, like everyone, if someone like he's telling you or giving you some advice, please don't be angry or don't be sad.
Yeah, thank you, brother. We're gonna take a short break, you guys. Sure. I definitely agree with what you're saying. If you have friends that are better than you, then you will try to be like them. If you have people that are worse than you, then you will end up falling into that category. If you're constantly saying, no, I don't want to smoke a cigarette, no, I don't want to listen to this, I don't want to go there, in the end, it's a waste of time. You guys stay tuned for more Let's Talk after the break. We're going to continue to talk about the importance of choosing your friend in the real world and in the cyber world as well. So stay tuned for more coming up next.
How perfect my Allah is, and I praise Him. Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi, subhanallahi. How perfect you are, Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Reading the Quran is a blessing. Understanding its translation is beautiful. But diving in depth and extracting pearls from it is simply amazing. Do they not ponder upon the Quran? Every week, inshallah, we will dig deep and reflect on the verses of the Quran one by one.
Quran in Depth with Sheikh Ibrahim Zaidan, only on Huda TV.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah.
Welcome back to Let's Talk, my personal soapbox. We're talking about friendship, how important it is to choose your friends in this world, in this real world, and how the influence that they have on you. Do you want that to be a positive one or a negative one? Because surely it will be one of the two. That's number one. Number two, what about the cyber world, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube? You guys, perhaps it's even more important to choose wisely and carefully who you share your information with and your personal life with, and who you surround yourself with, because indeed, surely, this will have a very huge, massive impact on your life, especially for the youth. So let me go back to my special guest. I didn't give it to you, brother. I want you to talk about this topic, and I want you to give your comments on the video. Perhaps if viewers didn't see the first segment, watch a video. They're speaking about the importance of selecting your friends wisely. Share your thoughts.
First of all, the video really touched deep my heart. And before talking about let me answer your question. Friendship is a main element of life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ لِتَعَارَفُوا. We've made you peoples and tribes so you get to know each other. So it's a main part of life, and because we are affected, very much affected by our friends from the very beginning of life. We started as children, and we were suddenly being affected by our parents. Then we start to go to school, and we make friendships. And then sometimes, especially youth and young people like me, we start to see our friends more than we see our parents and
Right.
our families.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I see Mahmoud more than I see my parents.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we literally live in with our friends.
Right.
It's you choose the company you keep throughout your life.
Right.
So you either choose a company to guide you, and you guide them to paradise and heavens and Jannah, or unfortunately the opposite place. Yeah.
We'll end up,
So it's the importance of how where you want to go.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. They say like always like birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
And it has like almost the same meaning of the prophetic traditions. Peace be upon him.
Yeah,
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, الأخلاء يومئذ بعضهم لبعض عدو إلا المتقون. So friends and companions are going to be enemies on the day of judgment.
Yeah, that's
Except pious people. They're gonna hold hands and go to paradise together, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yeah, thank you, I certainly appreciate it. Now in this segment, I want to move to the cyber world, Facebook, social media. And in the third segment, maybe we can share personal experiences about people that have had a positive or even negative effect on your life and how you rebounded from that, or how you appreciated the positive friends that you had. But in that'll be the next segment, inshallah. But what about this segment? Let's talk about what I mentioned: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. What else is there, you guys? All these social media websites, internet in general, email even. How important is it to choose your friends wisely? I mean, when we say choose your friends wisely, does this also apply to the internet?
Yeah, that's a great question. And when we are chatting with our friend in Facebook and Yahoo Messenger.
Yeah, thank you,
and Skype, when we are chatting with each other, that first of all, when someone sends you a request that I would like to become a friend with you, and first of all, you are seeing his message and where he is in Egypt or in Afghanistan, where is he?
His
And
profile.
after that, and after that, you will talk with him. When you talk, after that, you know that he is good for me or not. And choose a best friend, choose a best companion, because not in this world, just choose a friend that will be a neighbor in Jannah with you, with you in Jannah, not in this world. Just you are my friend, you are my best friend, and we keep this friendship in this world, but not, we will be continue in the next life, that in paradise, inshallah, if God willing. Like this.
Yeah, thank you, brother. And essentially, I even get a lot of, when I have somebody send negativity my way on online and YouTube messages, or insult me on Facebook, I say, you know what, I don't even respond. I don't even feed into it. I just delete it. Because when you start feeding into it, the negativity increases.
Yeah,
So,
I think they are non-Muslim, they are insult you.
Yeah, insult me or whatever, So there's no time for this. We have to be positive and have a goal. And there's no time for this. So, and just like in real life, if you have a negative person, don't give him and don't feed the fire. Just leave him. Same thing online. Just don't respond. Just delete him or just leave it or leave him alone. That's my thoughts about that. Brother, tell me your thoughts. Facebook, email, Yahoo. How do you keep all this negativity away from you, and how do you use the technology in a positive way?
Okay. Actually, I don't like this, this word of technology, Facebook and Twitter and this social media at general, but I use it for sure.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So one of my faults that I can accept any friend, or I accept anyone. Okay?
Well, I do this sometimes myself, yeah.
Exactly, but maybe I give him like a chance for. I'll see him at first, like what he's doing, what.
Yeah, give him a shot, right?
Exactly. Is he like going to affect me positive or in a negative way?
You put him on probation period.
Yes. After that, I can unfriend him or block him.
You know what? You're right too, and sometimes we're shy about that. but it's important to do that sometimes. Well, I'm going to get right back to you, Brother Mahmoud, but we're going to take a quick look at this report.
Okay.
We're going to take a look at this report. You guys don't go anywhere. It's a very important episode of Let's Talk, talking about choosing friends wisely in this world, in the cyber world. And in the next segment, we'll talk about personal experiences regarding positive and negative friendships. But for now, we're going to take a look at this report, so stay tuned for more Let's Talk.
Allah, I'm calling your name.
You know, one of my favorite places mentioned in Paradise is this guy who makes it to Paradise, Surah Al-Safat. He makes it to Paradise, and he notices his friends sitting there, and they're all just, hey man, you made it too, and they're kind of congratulating each other.
So you'll be having those talks?
Yeah, you're like, oh my God, you're from there, and we're just getting to know each other all over again. I remember you. And then he wonders, what happened to my best friend? I don't see him here. So he, from way back in the day, back in this world, he remembers his one friend missing from this group. And he goes, would you like to know what happened to him? And nobody else volunteers. But he wishes to see his old friend. So imagine this, in Jannah, Allah opens a window so he can see his friend in hell. Okay, so this is a scene described in the 37th surah. So he looks at the guy burning in hellfire, his best friend.
You get to see this now.
You get to see this from Jannah, because in Jannah you get anything you want, right? So he wanted to see his friend. Wish granted. You get a view into hellfire, and you see your friend burning there. And he says, لَقَدْ كِتَّ تُرْدِينَ. You almost made me fall off the cliff too, man. He looks at his friend, doesn't say, you okay, can I pull you out? He doesn't say that. He said, man, you almost took me to the party with you.
That was the guy trying to take him to the nightclub.
That's correct. He goes, you made me, almost got me. You're the one who used to make fun of my religion. You used to say you're too extreme. What do you mean we're going to go back to paradise? Or there's going to be a hellfire? You're the one who used to crack jokes with me about religion. You're that guy. And then, now imagine this guy who's in Jannah looking at this and saying, oh, thank God I didn't listen to you. Because for a second there I was thinking about it. Right? So now the window's closed. But this guy has just seen hellfire. Do you think he's shocked and horrified? He would be. Even though he's in Jannah, he just saw hellfire. So he comes back into Jannah, and it's like he just got here for the first time. The words in the Quran are amazing. أَفَمَا نَحْنُ بِمَيِّتِينَ? Are we not going to die anymore? Really? But wait, he already knew that. He's in Jannah. But when he saw a glimpse of hellfire, the most beautiful thing he could appreciate about Jannah, first and foremost, like it's a reintroduction to Jannah, what's the first thing he says? We're not going to die anymore. Except that first death we already tasted. You know? And then the second thing he appreciates, I want you to imagine what this is. The second thing he says that he loves about Jannah. Now imagine, trees, mansions, friends, waterfall, all the food you want, amazing things around him. And what's the number two thing? First thing, we're not going to die anymore. What's the number two thing? He says, this is the most amazing thing ever. Number two reason, we're not going to be tortured. There's no more pain. That's the second thing he appreciates. Why? Because he just saw what pain looks like. SubhanAllah.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, I'm calling your name.
Welcome back to Let's Talk. I hope you enjoyed that clip of Eddie on the Deen Show with his special guest, American Muslim public speaker, Brother Nu'man Ali Khan, and really beneficial. We really thank them, and may Allah bless them. I know I benefited from their talks and the Deen Show specifically as well, and Brother Nu'man's wonderful lectures, which you can find on YouTube. But before we talk about it, brother, you had something you wanted to mention. Go ahead.
It's amazing video.
Yeah.
Actually, the Quran is the very word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so we have to recite it literally. Just like the ayah, قَالَتَ اللَّهِ إِن كِتَّ لَتُرْدِينَ.
Okay, great. And what does the ayah mean?
Like one of a friend is telling another friend, you were about like to drive me to the hellfire. So alhamdulillah, I didn't listen to you.
Great. I mean, what do you think about the video in general? How
it's an amazing video. Like he's talking about, as we said, like that effect of a friend to other friend. He can drive you and go with you to the paradise or to the hellfire.
Yeah, I mean, what more? How we keep saying it's important to choose your friends and all this stuff. What more can you say? I mean, that's like the most powerful thing that you could possibly hear. Brother Suleiman, what do you think about the video?
The video is great because it's going to remind you a lot of things and it's going to advise you many things. Like the one who was having some friend but they have something is not good, is going to remind you to be careful, you know.
Right.
Because like if you have some friend, they have something is going to drive you into the fire. So you have to be careful how to if you have to try to fix it to talk to them, or to just like whatever you have to try to fix them. Because if you leave them too, they too does mean to they are going to the fire. So try to get something like to talk to them before they're going to leave the way.
So, Brother Sulaiman, I want to ask you, every time I see you, you visit us here on the channel, you come with these good group of guys, and you guys are, practicing, God-fearing Muslims, alhamdulillah. So that's good for you. But I want to talk to you about your Facebook. I see you have your iPad up and you're on Facebook and this and that. So how do you choose your friends on Facebook? Does it work well with you? Do you find Facebook that's something that facilitates your relationship with good friends? Or do you have a lot of negativity coming your way? How do you deal with it?
Like, sometimes I have some friend, like it has been like 3 years or 4 years we didn't see each other. So now if sometimes they're just going to see me on Facebook, like into part or another Facebook, they're going to bring, you may know those or so they send
suggestions,
me, yeah, okay. They're just going to send to me a friend request, I'm going to see this guy, say, oh, from long time. And then some of them has been changed now. Some of them now live in Europe or in other countries. So there has been change. So if I check their profile, I saw there's something I doesn't like. If I didn't expect, they're going to say, oh, this guy, man, they're going to tell me something, you see?
Right.
Or they're going to talk to me something is not good. So for me, I'm just going to expect, okay? And then I'll ask you, the way we are talking, because the way I'm going to talk to them is not like the way maybe is going to drive us to the fire or to do us something bad. They're going to understand, just like to try to we're going to talk about something like important, not like if they're starting to tell me something is not, I'm going to, I'm going to try me to tell them something is good.
Yeah.
So because you cannot live, even you're going to find there maybe sometimes to some female they are not like make sufur, but you know each other before.
Right.
So if it doesn't like expect, then they're going to think, oh, this guy is like this. But you're just going to show them, or sometimes, like if, because everyone's going to post something on Facebook.
Certainly.
If it is took a long time, you didn't comment, it may come, they're going to ask you, why I'm not seeing you?
Yeah.
You are not commenting, nothing, you see. You're just going to, that too is maybe come to another too, they're going to be like sad for that.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to check another way.
Balance it out.
Fix it,
Let's talk about the difference between the person who opens up his Facebook page and has a bunch of positive information. He's keeping his relationship with his family and friends. He's looking at hadith and Quran, and he's being positive. Versus someone who has a bunch of filth, as a result of the friends he chooses. I mean, this is a big difference, isn't it? The influence that it will have on your life. What do you think, brother?
Yeah, Facebook is something that we're connecting by that.
Right.
With each other. Like I like the Huda TV Facebook page.
Yeah.
And every day it's come a new hadith in ayah, in translation. And look it, that is when I read this, Allah will give me reward.
Inshallah, yeah.
And look it, that's good. And there is a lot of bad pages also available that you want. But we will try our best that we will select the page or the friend that you guide you to the right way.
Right.
And a bad companion, a bad friend will distance you from the good deeds.
Yeah.
And he will beautify to you a bad sense.
Yeah.
That's good. And wallahi, this world is for sometimes. For we are passing away from this world.
Yeah.
We are not coming from this world to build this world.
Yeah.
We are not coming to build apartments. Do your best, good deeds.
Right, for the next world, inshallah.
For the next world. This world is not our aim, not our target.
Yeah.
That if I'm gonna giving you an example, is like this world is like a huge factories. If someone is wake up at the morning and he's thinking that how can I get there, and for what? What's my goal? And if someone is just working in just like a robot, is working like a machine.
Right.
He don't know that why for what I'm creating.
Right.
كل نفس ذائقة الموت. Every human will test the deed.
Right.
Yeah.
And the deed will not aware you that, hi, I'm coming.
Right.
No, he will suddenly come.
Yeah.
And try our best, and try to do good deeds
See while we can.
for the next life.
Thank you, but I'll probably have to take a short break, but thank you for sharing that because your friends play a big role in that.
Yeah.
And with regards to Facebook as well, real quickly before we take a break, imagine how many good deeds you take when you share something positive and it has this effect. It goes out to many people. Imagine how many bad deeds you take when you put something stupid, and I've done this myself, and it has a negative effect. So take care about that. You guys at home, stay tuned to the next segment of Let's Talk. We're talking about choosing your friends. In the final and third segment of this episode, we're going to speak about, inshallah, personal experiences with positive and negative friendships and the influences that they have had on our lives. So it's important, you guys, to learn from our mistakes and experiences. So stay tuned. We will be right back.
How perfect my life and I praise. Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi. Subhanallahi. How perfect you are, Allah. Subhanahu wa ta'ala.
فلا وربك لا يؤمنون حتى يحكموك فيما شجر بينهم ثم لا يجدوا في أنفسهم حرجا مما قضيت ويسلموا تسليما. There are 3 levels. Sister Rayhan from Bahrain.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Fahim from Sweden. السلام عليكم.
السلام عليكم Sheikh, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, barakallah feek Fahim. May Allah bless you and your family.
Sheikh, I have one question.
Now, that is not allowed. Why isn't allowed? Because the Prophet ﷺ said, "Man ghasha falaysa minna." He who deceives or betrays does not belong to us. He's not one of us. A person who is given the sadaqah or leading the prayer does not have necessarily to be praying fard. Maybe he's praying the nafl that is after the prayer, the 2 sunnah after dhuhr or after maghrib or after isha. And the follower, the imam, will be praying with the intention of offering the fard that he has missed. Okay, barakallahu feek.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Welcome back to Let's Talk. We're talking about choosing your friends and how important that is, you guys. In the third and final segment, we're going to share some personal experiences about friendships, both positive and negative, so that we can illustrate, really demonstrate to you guys in clear terms the effect that they have and how instrumental and important it is to choose your friends wisely, especially for young people. But of course, this goes for adults as well. I'm 31 years old, and I still try my best to choose my friends wisely. And I look back at my life as a youth, and I look back and I say to myself, there was a lot of good people that had a tremendously positive effect on my life, and I owe them a big thank you for that. And there's a lot of people that had a very bad effect on my life, but I only blame myself for being around them. So you guys, I want to start from my right, or anybody who really wants to start first. I want you guys to share a personal experience, either positive or negative, in order to benefit the viewers of a friend that you had in the past that put you on the right track or took you off of it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll tell you, one of my closest friends, lately he Yusuf, okay. Yes, okay. I have something bad with me, I always promise people that I'm going to do this thing, so and so and so.
Right.
But I have no time to do this.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid to tell them that I can't, or
And promise, I'm sorry for that. And promise like a snowball. Make it easy, hard to save.
That's funny. That's good. I'm like you. It's hard to say no sometimes.
I'm afraid to say I'm sorry, I couldn't, because he will be sad for me, because I
you said no, right?
Yeah, I said no. So a lot of people really get sad because I didn't do whatever I promised him with.
Right.
Okay, so I went to Yusuf and told him, Yusuf, I have problem, blah blah blah, and I went to see I lost a lot of people because I didn't get my promises for them.
Yeah.
So he told me, okay, let's try to when someone told you about something, will tell you about something, tell him, okay, let me see and then I will
Instead of saying yes,
I'll
I-
answer.
It's-
Okay.
yeah, let me check first. Yeah,
Just-
right.
Just give yourself a time,
Yeah.
and then like see if you are going to do that, like you are able to do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. If you are don't, like, just go to him. If he's a good friend or a good one, like, he will tell you, okay.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
If you have by one, like, looking for his interests only.
He'll push you.
So yes. Okay. So at the end of the day, like, try to collect the people who you promised them, and like how many promise did you like get it or not?
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Good.
So he always checked this with me, like, for a long time, for like, and then
4 months.
yeah, 1 month.
And it had a positive effect in the end.
Exactly. Yeah, a great effect. Like.
And you're able to identify people that you felt were sincere with you, and people that were not.
Like, like after 1 month, like I can say, like, for the people who ask me for anything, like anything I couldn't or I can't do it. I'm sorry, I'm busy. I have a lot of things to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Great.
So it was like example for a good friend or who can take
Positive.
You for positive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, thank you, brother. Who else would like to share?
Okay.
Go ahead.
I would say to be a good friend or to seek good friends, we should find the most perfect example in the whole life, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his companions. And we would look how they used to treat each other and like,
Deal with
and
each other.
yeah, and the Prophet used to select some companions to be very close to him. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq and Umar ibn al-Khattab, Uthman ibn Affan, Ali ibn Abi Talib, the most close people to the Prophet, peace be upon him. And also, I would say, for me personally, alhamdulillah, from the very beginning of my childhood, my dad has taken me to the mosque, the masjid, and i'tikaf. And I would say the best friends ever that I have made them inside the mosque.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only people that you've met worshiping Allah, praying, fasting, and reading Quran, and you loved each other for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala,
Yeah.
not for any worldly life like thing. This is the best, like I would say, for anybody who wants to find the best friends in an Islamic environment,
Yeah.
in a mosque, in a Quranic like recitation and
Yeah.
classes and stuff like this. You would find the best of the best. Also, I want to say some stories about friendship from the Islamic heritage. Like Umar ibn Khattab and Mu'adh ibn Jabal. The Umar said after the Fajr prayer, "Oh Mu'adh, I was rolling on my bed last night because I missed you." And that's, they cried and they hugged each other. That's the Prophet, peace be upon him, used to teach his companions. One of the companions went to the Prophet and said, "Oh Messenger of Allah, I love someone. I love so and so." It's like, "Do you tell him?" And we have the most powerful sentence of love in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Go and tell people, "I love you for the sake of Allah."
Yeah.
And that's always the best thing to do, to let people know that you love them.
Yeah.
And as Mahmoud said, and maybe he didn't know that, like we help each other.
Yeah.
If when he came and told me like his problem, I realized that sometimes I have the same problem.
Yeah, certainly. You help each other, support each other.
Yeah, so that we support each other. I want to finally talk about the cyber world that you mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is a great invention called block.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
So
Block.
block.
Yeah.
If you have any bad like acquaintance, any bad like people like from the public, blocking, because the
You're
cyber
right.
world has made the way to paradise more accessible, and vice versa. It has
Yeah.
made the way to the hellfire more accessible.
Right.
So either you choose this one or this one.
It's your right to block.
Yeah, it's your right to block, and
Yeah.
also in real life, as the Sheikh said, sometimes you find
Yeah.
out that you have to cut off
Yeah.
because they're gonna drag you, and you will be like destroyed.
And really, thank you, brother. And really quickly, also, I tell people, look, if you want to find a good person, find them in a mosque, or a library, at a respectable place. If you're going to go to like a disco, you think you're going to find a good person in there? No, you have to give yourself a chance. You have to give yourself a chance to find decent friends. If you go to these bad places, you're going to find people worse than you. That's my personal experience. Brother Suleiman?
Yeah, because whatever you cannot to be alone, you have to find like a friend, or at school, or the one who you used to play with football or anything, the one who used to to do everything. You have like friend or your wife. So now you have to be careful, because like the one like Prophet Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, like his friend is like Abu Bakr, Umar, Ali, Uthman, and the rest of them. And then like the one who you're gonna, or if you cannot know, because like some friend, if you want to know who is your best friend, if you want to like to test, you're just gonna go and maybe ask him, have this problem like about prayer, I'm doing these things.
Yeah, of course.
You're just gonna come and take advice to him if you want to know if he's your best friend. And then the advice he's give you, if that advice like the sheikh like give you, maybe inshallah you have to try to be with him. And then to the best friend, the one who is gonna remind you to, like as I said, Allah, or if like time they call the prayer, because sometimes maybe the time prayer is gonna come, but it doesn't have the azan.
Right.
So maybe if I like with friend, like he like always, or like checking time about to doing the ibadah,
right.
So he's gonna remind you. So the best friend you have to find the one who's gonna remind you about God and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been told us.
Thank you, brother. The funny thing about it is the friend who pretends to be or you believe that he is supporting you and he's always by your side. In the end, he's the quickest one who will abandon you, and you'll end up in. If he's not responsible for your actions in the end, if you land yourself in the hellfire, it's not his problem, it's your problem. Because ultimately, we're adults and we make our own decisions.
Yeah.
So I certainly believe so. I want you to share a story back in your childhood in Afghanistan. Did you have a good friend that you still remember, or talk about it?
Yes, I have requirement that when someone wants to become a friend with me, I have requirements. That the first one is that must he do 5 times pray in the mosque, and he will make me happy.
Yeah.
Not upset. Not upset.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, that's not good for me.
What's the point having a guy giving you a hard time?
And he will make me a smile, because in hadith comes that Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam never pass anyone without smile.
Yeah.
Sadaqah, that's sweet.
Yeah,
Sadaqah.
look it.
Yeah.
And smile is cost nothing but buy everything.
Yeah, subhanAllah.
And I will choose my friend that he will make me happy and he will make me smile. That don't worry, this I love you, because sake of Allah.
Yeah.
That we love for you, that you love for yourself, that you love for your brother.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great point also. And brother, you mentioned some interesting points there. Bring someone that makes you happy, right?
Yeah.
Don't bring someone that's giving you a hard time. And you know what? I'm not saying boycott people. I'm just saying, hey, look, you don't have to put them in your closest circle. Wish them the best. May Allah bless them. But if they're a negative influence, maybe you can keep them outside of your core.
Try to help as much as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you find out that you can't help them, don't let them out.
Right.
And don't leave them.
Thank you.
And if you found out that they're gonna drag you, that's the opposite.
Yeah, because how many times as a Muslim you feel like you need help, you need some advice, and then you see all these good brothers, and you need to find somebody to give you advice.
Yeah.
You feel depression, like what's I'm looking for advice from somebody, no one's available, so it's our responsibility actually to also help. But I mean, don't let them have a negative effect on you, and don't put them in your core. So go ahead, brother.
I have like a short and famous story. Like,
go ahead.
Like in someone who, like a man who went to visit his sick friend.
Okay.
He's like he's he's living away from him, like another village.
Right.
So he went to visit him. Then Allah ordered his angels to follow this man, okay, till he finished his visit. Then Allah said to ask him, like, why did you go to your friend? Did you ask him for any favor or something? He told him, no, I'm just love him for the sake of Allah. And that's why when I heard he's sick, I said, like, I have to go and visit him.
Yes, subhanAllah.
So they told him that Allah tell you that he loves you. He loves you that like as you love your brother. So like how it's great that if you love one for the sake of Allah,
yes,
Allah will love you the same, like will give you the same love.
Yes, yes.
So how it's a great feel of
Yeah, certainly. I certainly appreciate it, especially in this world when we have so much envy going on. We have to end the episode, you guys. I'm sorry, we're out of time. It was a nice episode. Maybe we can do a part 2. I think there's a lot more we can discuss on this topic, inshallah. And I want to take this opportunity to thank my good friends. You know, I had a lot of good friends growing up. My good friend Scott Walker, my good friend Dr. David Gebb, my good friend Johnny Marin, my good friend Rafi Abdul Malik. I have a lot of good friends. If I didn't mention you, I apologize. Your name slips my mind right now. But they were great positive influences on my life growing up. And all the negative influence I had, I don't blame them. I blame myself for being around them. And we ask Allah to guide them, inshallah. And you guys at home continue to remember to support Huda TV, you guys, and let it be continue to be that is a light in every home. Visit us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Huda TV. And until next time, I leave you in the care of Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How perfect my Allah is, and I praise Him. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanallah. How perfect you are, Allah. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, Allah, I'm calling your name, Allah, I call you, I need you, Allahu Akbar, Allah, your mercy is great.